Well, the response from the Republican Party has been quick and deliberate as Gustav moves on shore. Mark Curtis has been following the race that just continues to get more and more interesting. Mark, obviously the convention is going to have a very different feel than what we have seen before. Are the changes going to help or hurt the GOP, do you think?
Well, certainly this is a very low-key kickoff to the convention here in St. Paul, Pam. And I think, the upside of this for the Republican Party is they can't be seen having cocktail parties and firing off confetti and having a big party here while people in the southern United States are having their homes and, in fact, perhaps their lives destroyed. So the Republicans, did the right thing here. They're only going to have formal business at the convention today. They're only going to meet for about 2 hours. 3 hours worth of speeches, including those of President Bush and Vice President Cheney, have now been canceled. Those won't happen. The downside of this for the Republicans is if this goes on later in the week and John McCain and Sarah Palin are not able to make their primetime television addresses not only to the convention delegates but the American people, then that perhaps hurts the Republicans' chances, because this is a time to showcase their party and their ticket and may completely be overshadowed by the storm.
Now, a lot of people, I'm sure, looking at this with a little cynicism and wondering, would the political response been this great to the hurricane and to Gustav had the convention not been going on?
Well, it's an interesting question, but the fact of the matter is they simply can't be looking like they're throwing a big party. I mean, the Republicans, particularly President Bush, was highly criticized for the response to Hurricane Katrina, or the lack of response to Hurricane Katrina 3 years ago. The Republican Party and quite frankly, both parties cannot be made to look like the government failed again. They have to look like they're taking action, they're doing something. So a lot of the political fundraisers that we're going to go on here, for example, in St. Paul over the next couple of days, they've now decided to donate that money from those fundraisers to the American Red Cross and other charities for hurricane relief. So they have to at least create the perception that they're doing the right thing.
All right, interesting. Now, over the weekend, a lot of people now have had a lot of time to get to know and find out a lot of information about Governor Palin. She gave quite a speech on Friday. What's the talk about McCain's pick? What do you think about her?
I'm very surprised about the excitement level that I'm hearing. I've spoken to people from a number of the convention delegations here, and people are very excited about her because she brings a dynamic to the Republican ticket that has never been there before. Look, this is a mother of 5. She's blue collar, a union member. She's going to have a lot of appeal in states such as Minnesota, where we are now, where the polls continue to show Obama and McCain very close. Neighboring Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio. These are states that her addition to the ticket, she may very well help the Republicans, because these states are all seen as toss-ups.
And tell us also, okay, so we have Palin chosen as the vice presidential candidate. Michelle Obama led off the Democratic National Convention with quite a speech. We're going to hear from First Lady Laura Bush and Cindy McCain making a big presence today. What is the significance on the focus of women as we wrap up here?
Well, it's very significant because, as I've said before, women vote in greater numbers than men. Women have made huge inroads in the American political scene. If I can paraphrase Barack Obama, change happens in America from the bottom up. So you see city councils, county commissions, state legislatures that are now dominated by women. They're a force in politics. And you're right. For example, today, Cindy McCain and Laura Bush are taking the lead. They're speaking, instead of addressing the entire convention as they were supposed to tonight, they are speaking to individual delegations about hurricane relief efforts. So, the force of American politics, the shape of American politics has changed drastically. This is the second time we've had a female on a major party ticket. And, someday, and perhaps in the next couple of election cycles, there will be a female president of the United States. The time has come. It's simply going to happen. It's a force in American politics on both sides of the aisle that simply can no longer be ignored.
All right, as a working mom, happy to see it myself. Thanks, Mark, for joining us. And don't forget, MarkCurtisMedia.com. He's been keeping an extensive blog and some interviews, so stay with that as well. Let's go back to Dave and Tori.